Hi, and welcome to Minimum Effort Podcast, a podcast. And this is, you know what? This is going to be a gangster podcast. We're going to talk about our favorite athletes of the year. That's right, favorite athletes of the year. And I'm going to start off, and let me tell you something. This is going to be crazy. I am, I am in between two stars, North Star. No, the sun, two suns, Tatooine, two suns, right?
Nice.
Kellyanne, Christina. I'm going with Christina. Going with Christina. She is my athlete of the year. She's my
Okay.
favorite. I love her. I've seen her legit put in the most effort I've ever seen any athlete ever do. She has cut weight. She has decided to step up and represent the United States. She goes out. She went to 2 international competitions. She ended up winning a few matches at the in Japan at the World Sumo Championship. She has put out so much effort. She is my athlete of the year. Who is yours?
Mine is Erobor Conyeja.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
He is. He is. I know he hasn't competed in. He didn't compete in any like international. He competed in like opens overseas, but he hasn't competed in international like world championship or combat games. But he has been everywhere. He has been everywhere, and everywhere he's gone, he's medaled. Doesn't matter what tournament, doesn't matter in the UK, doesn't matter in Switzerland, he has medaled. A lot of times, first place. This Cowboy Cup, he took all the gold medals. Edibo Conyeja is my athlete of the year.
This is great. This is great. Now I'm going to pivot to my junior of the year. My junior of the year is Ben Imaru. Ben has put in so much work. He has went to world training camps. He went out to nationals in Orlando. He won what he needed to win. He went out and competed in Japan. And let me tell you something. That Japan trip is what was wild. He was going against grown ass men. And he did extremely well against Mongolia in Japan. He did not win, but he was there. He was there, and he did his brand of sumo. He dug deep within himself and showed what he could do. Ben, you are the man. You're a little man, but you're going to be a big man soon. My junior of the year.
My junior of the year, Ben's awesome. Great athlete. But I would have to say Malik. He hasn't competed a lot, right? He did the SoCal Open and the Consulates Cup. But at the Consulates Cup, he competed in juniors and lightweight men's. Juniors, he won. Lightweights men, he came in second. Third. He came in third place against grown-ass men, right? And he showed his potential, and he really loves the sport. When he can make it, he makes it, right? And he's down for it. And I like that. And I'm looking forward to him competing in nationals next year, wherever it is, and taking that gold so he can go overseas and show what the U.S. is made out of. So Malik Ben Musa is my man.
That's
my
right.
Junior of the year.
And remember that both those athletes are also getting pulled into football. So they are, during the football season, going out and doing sumo events. That is wild. That is wild because football is a full contact sport and a whole lot for them. And they're also doing sumo. So this is amazing. Now, we're going to go into a slightly different breakdown. So we had our overall athlete of the year. Now we're going to go to our female athlete of the year. My female athlete of the year is Kellyanne Ball.
Kellyanne, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
there's no doubt.
Super easy. Super easy. The only reason that she wasn't my athlete of the year is because I love my wife. And I'm too close to that son. And it's burning to see how much work she put in. But just as much work as I've seen Christina do, also seen from Kellyanne. She has started doing judo just because she knows that she needs to throw. She has put in the work to go to gyms. She's constantly traveling at least a minimum of 2 hours to get to practices all across California just to do sumo. She's waking up early, going to the gym. People don't know how much work that Kellyanne puts in. She is my overall female of the year. And you're like,
Our
oh,
overall
what
female
about
here for all the reasons JJ has said.
like you could be like, oh, what about this international person? What about this international person? They all have done their things, but let me tell you something. Kellyanne is here and she is here to stay. Kellyanne Ball is the minimum effort athlete of the year.
Preach, preach, preach. I
Mr.
agree.
Mencken.
Everything. I concur with all you said. It's Kellyanne Ball. She is the female athlete of the year.
All right. And now let us go to male athlete of the year. Who do you have, Mr. Mencken?
Whoa, I didn't even think about this. Male athlete of the year. Ooh, this is a difficult one. Ooh. Joe Ponsetto. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Joe Ponsetto.
Interesting.
3-time national champ.
Okay.
He actually did really well in the World Sumo World Championship. He also has put in a lot of time in building his body, not just relying on his instincts, but actually learning how and practicing how to do other stuff other than his, at the Tawara throws. He has put in a lot of effort. He got ripped. Like, he got strong.
Oh, big
And
Joe.
I like that. I like that. I haven't beaten Joe yet. No.
Really?
No, maybe I meet him once. I don't know. Joe, you should remember. Let me know if I beat you at all once or twice. I don't know. Maybe 0 times, maybe once. I've beaten, I think, JJ once. But I can't beat the top athletes. I can't beat the top 4 athletes. I have trouble with the top 4 in the country, which is Joe, JJ, Edobor, and Justin Kizzer. That's the top 4 lightweights. JJ's not a lightweight currently, but when he was. So Joe is my man.
I echo everything that you're saying. I had it was in between Joe and Eric when it really got down to it, right? And the only reason that Eric didn't pull away on this one is when the pressure was there at the World Sumo Championship in Japan. Eric's style is fantastic. His mannerisms are great. The style of sumo that he has is something that I wish I could do, right? And I will keep going until I can get that style. My style is different. I understand that, but man, I want that, right? You always want what you can't have. But when the pressure was there, he overstepped, right? And he was like, he ended up calming it down in the team tournament. But when the pressure was really there, he was missing it. But who wasn't missing it was Joe Ponsetto. He was able to collect himself, and he is, Joe, you are fucking crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You go through your own mind thing, and it's all spinning, and you're like very like detailed. And I think he approached this just like he would sending a rocket into space. He looked at it, and he figured out what he needed to do.
Yep.
Put on mass. He kind of needed to cut for the first time, right? Which is wild. He figured out a diet. He started working out hard. And then he figured out his techniques. He started judo too at Tenri Judo Club in Los Angeles. Fantastic spot. If you ever get the opportunity to do judo there, you should. You should. World-class athletes there. And he just performed. And he not only performed in Japan, he also performed at Saudi Arabia, where he won with yet again Uwatanage, right? uh, his star special move, right? If this was an anime
Hmm.
character,
Hmm.
he would be like, "Oh, Watanabe," and then do his move. That is his move. He owns that move for American sumo wrestling, um, which is fan freaking tastic. He got it on the middleweight second or third place, one or the other. I can't remember, but very big guy, big, strong, and he performed. This is freaking awesome. Our athlete of the year. All
I
right,
agree.
now club of the year. Who is your club of the year?
Ooh, are we doing all of this? Like Grand Sumo Breakdown is going to do this too.
I don't care about them. We're doing this
Ooh,
first. Hold
I
on. The date today is the second of December. So every opinion that we have is based upon our own, not about anybody else's.
well, we should release this first before they do.
Maybe
That depends on JJ's schedule. Uh, ooh, Club of the Year.
club of the year.
I want to say Honu, but I'm not going to because we still have a lot to work on. I'm thinking I put in for the Grand Sumo one was breakdown one was Dallas.
Interesting.
Yeah, because
Why
Dallas has
Dallas?
brought in a bunch of people. They have so
Okay.
many people. The outreach is fantastic. Corey puts on a fantastic show, whatever he does. When he does like advertisements for the club, he does it's just fantastic. The outreach is great, and the what the how they gathered that amount of people is crazy. Female, male, whatever it is, they just get all those people to come and compete, and they have some great guys out there. You
Right.
got Hayden.
Well,
Hayden's fantastic. Jared is good. Corey's good too. We have a couple of ladies. Itan is good. We have others too. Some don't show up as often, but yeah, there are a bunch of good athletes out there. So I think that's my club of the year.
all right. My club of the year is Raijin. Raijin
That's a good
ran.
choice.
They decided to put on a world training camp for which was great. They had a lot of new people trying out sumo. They broke it down into 5 different sections. Um, they had a weird King of the Mountain setup that Ed created on his like mountaintop, whatever the fuck was happening there, which was freaking great. You also have two of I think the best athletes out there, which is Edible Conyeha and then Eric Quinn. Right between those two, you're going to get on the podium,
And we
and
also
that's
got Sensei
podium.
Seth now.
So what?
Sensei Seth.
Oh, I was gonna get there, but you cut me
Oh,
off. That's cool. Yeah, and then you have Sensei Seth, who is a great athlete, but also I don't like the term influencer most of the time, but I think he's very influential, right?
hmm.
He is amazing for the betterment of not just sumo, but all sports, right? All sports and martial arts out there. He has really dedicated himself and found a very good niche to help out like new and not so well known martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and between the partnership that him, Eric, and I even saw Eric and Ed on a Mr. Beast episode, which was
Really?
weird. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I gotta check that out now.
Yeah. They were like in a hotel room, weird fucking fight.
Like
It's a
Mr.
weird thing.
Beast, like sumo.
I don't. Yeah. It's gonna be hard to find. I didn't know it exists until I think Kellyanne told me about it. But that's how much reach they have. Also, if you look into their metrics a little bit on what they do online, it's pretty freaking amazing. Especially because they're so organic and authentic about the way that they do things. They do things the way that they do things, and
Hmm.
it works. It works. And they also have a few other like people right around the corner that are going to be world beaters, and I am excited about what that club is going to look like and what they do in the future.
I like that. Okay.
All right. Is there any other
Awesome.
category that you would like to say?
No, I think that's we covered. You surprised me with a few of those categories.
All right.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us for Minimum Effort. This is our awards of the year, our favorites, not the best, but our favorites. And
Favorites.
this
Yes.
is us independent from anyone else. This is our own opinions, and they differ a little bit. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, good evening. Bye bye.
And good night and bye.
Jamata, Jamata.
Aloha, brother. Aloha.